What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, the other day I saw a video of the very talented singer Chloe Bailey, and she was sucking on a lollipop, trying to talk dirty, trying to come across as sexy, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it was the most awkward stuff I've ever seen in my life. It looked so unnatural, so forced. It just was super, super weird and awkward, and I'm looking like, wow. She seemed like, it just seemed so unnatural for her to be doing that. Seriously, like I saw that video of her, all I could think about, it just looks like I'm the preacher's kid that's trying to rebel. So here's my rebellious stage for y'all to see front and center. No lie, man. It just didn't seem natural at all. I really wanted her to blink twice if she was being kidnapped. Because it looked like she was being kidnapped and forced to make that type of like video ad or whatever, like, or make that type of video for the public. I'm like, damn, I really want to ask her, like, tell her, blink twice if you being kidnapped and being held hostage to do this video, because it just seemed, it was so cringe and it just seemed just so unnatural, you know, and she's a very, very beautiful young lady without question, but she seems to be trying to, I don't know, she seems to be trying to appeal to sexual imagery in order to propel herself to the top. You know, and I get it. She's looking at her contemporaries, and a lot of them in the music industry are all, majority of them are selling sex, you know, to get the big views, to get the big record sales, so on and so forth. But I think the young lady is so talented, she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that, and I can tell it's really not, and I don't know her personally, but it just doesn't seem to be her. And I can tell from how it's coming across. You can tell from how it's coming across, man. She's trying to flaunt sex appeal that she just naturally doesn't have. There's nothing wrong with that, but she's trying to flaunt it and she just doesn't have it. When I look at Chloe Bailey, I think, oh, she's an adorable girl. I don't think, damn, she fine. Those are two different type of reactions. And there is a difference between being beautiful and being sexy, right? And I'm gonna be case in point, right? There are women who aren't the most beautiful women in the world, but they ooze sex appeal, like sex appeal through the roof. And there are beautiful women who just don't have much sex appeal at all. You know what I mean? So it's just, and she doesn't ooze sex appeal at all. Like when I saw that video, I'd rather her just have a headshot camera view of her smiling and just talking than to see that. No lie, man. It just seemed very unnatural, very awkward. You know what I mean? And again, she's a beautiful young lady. But when I see her sucking on some lollipops and talking dirty, like I got secondhand embarrassment from watching that video. Like I was embarrassed for her. Like, man, you might want to take this down, sweetheart. You might want to take this down. Like leave that on the floor. Like, leave that on the cutting room floor. We can scrap that and we can just start from the bottom, start all over again. Cause that's just, it wasn't it, y'all. Like I promise y'all. It's like a girl trying to be sexy for her dude for the first time, and she trying to send him that in private and hoping nobody else sees it but him. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it just really just not, it didn't seem suiting for her. And I'm like, man, she's very talented all the way through and through. But it's like she was better off just doing the singing with her sister like she was at first, man, because this just seemed very weird and unnatural, man. And honest though, to be honest with y'all, she could be sexy without even trying. But now she's making all these attempts to be sexy in videos. And again, it's giving me, I grew up in a strict household, so now this is my time to rebel vibes. Like, for real, it just come across like that, man. She's giving me rebellious preacher's kid vibes. That's what she's giving me when I'm looking at that video, man. And look, I know she's grown now, so maybe she's trying to embrace her freedom. And there's nothing wrong with being grown and sexy, but it just seems awkward coming from her. You know what I mean? And look, and to be honest, in order to be successful, she don't gotta do that. She don't gotta do that to me, man. She's talented enough to make it without all of that. You know, but I don't know, man. Like she's at this point in her career, I don't think she should be trying, and maybe she's not trying to be nobody else. Maybe she's just trying to embrace this side of her, so on and so forth. I'm just saying it's just not a natural fit for her. Like it just comes across as very awkward, very it just comes across very forced, very unnatural, very over the top, very, yeah, it's just very cringe when I'm watching. I'm looking like ain't nothing about that could turn me on when I watch that video. Nothing about that video turned me on whatsoever. I'm just like, man. And it's not trying to be like clown her or nothing, but it just honestly, I don't know anybody probably that really, I don't know. Everybody got their different strokes for different folks. But I'm looking at that, it just seems very unnatural, and it just seems like, yeah, I don't know nobody that's getting turned on seeing that. It's just like, it looked like a parody. Like a parody video when I saw that, man. But again, she's talented without all of that, man. Like, I believe she was a vibe when she was just rocking out with her sister. She was a whole vibe. She was a whole vibe just when she was rocking out with her sister doing her thing. But now it just seemed like she's trying to be an industry clone to get a career to skyrocket, man. You know, she looking at her contemporaries, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. She looking at Nicki Minaj. She looking at all these different singers, Bia and all of these other girls. She's looking at how they all carry their image, and she looking like maybe she got to do that in order to, you know, be in the ilk or the mode of success. And I don't think that's necessarily true, man. Like, I really don't. Like, you have so many other artists out here who have been dope without having to do all of that. Like, seriously, like, I'm looking at a Lauryn Hill. It wasn't over the top sexualization for her to be dope. But again, I know we're in a different era. We're in a different time frame. Things are different now. What appealed in the 90s doesn't necessarily appeal today. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, you know, like, even like Jill Scott, of course, recently she was doing stuff with the microphone and all of that. But she just wasn't over the top, extra sexualized. You know, some people may say, well, maybe because she was a plus size woman and it wasn't, maybe people didn't think it was marketable. I don't know. But again, I just look at that and say Jill was amazing without even having to do all of that. And I think Chloe is still going to be amazing. She's uber talented, ultra talented without doing all of that, you know? But it just seems very forced. I'm looking like this girl look like she being kidnapped and forced to do this. It does not seem like her natural self. It doesn't, man. And again, I look at her and be like, oh, she's an adorable girl. She's a beautiful girl, but it just doesn't ooze sex appeal. She just doesn't have that sex appeal or that sex appeal charisma to just take everything through the roof. It's just very, very awkward, man. And I got secondhand embarrassment watching the video. And I think maybe this may not be her lane. I think she may be best suited in just being her natural self. Just rocking out with your style, being the beautiful woman that you are. And again, I think she could be sexy without trying to make herself seem sexy and do all these different little these poses or do all these different things that the world deems sexy, right? Everybody, these little cliche sexy things, sucking on lollipops and, you know, twirling your hair and licking microphones, all these things that maybe would seem cliche sexy. But she just chill and just be a regular self. She could probably be sexy in doing that. But I can tell you one thing, that video right there, that damn video I saw, man, it was very cringe. No lie, man. And it's not a video to clown or bash her, but I just think that she could be cool. She could rock out. She can be fly. And she could be successful without doing all of that. That's just my opinion, y'all. You know, other people may think differently, but I don't think she needs all of that, man. It just came across like she was just trying extremely hard, man. And yeah, we all know she's talented. That's why she's been associated with Beyonce, so on and so forth. That's why you've had that type of association for sure. But I just don't think this may not be her lane. This may not be her lane. And again, I don't know. I'm saying it looked like it was her first. These are her first attempts at doing it. And I say that because I've seen her in her different videos discussing certain things, and it's just like that doesn't seem her. Even when they brought up Future, and she was like the way she talking and the way she's coming across in that video. I don't know that fella and all of that. I'm looking like, yeah, I don't. It just doesn't. When I saw that girl in that video, it didn't translate to this uber sex appeal that she's trying to come across or convey on screen. And it may look better. It may have looked better if we just saw pictures of her trying to look sexy. But the moment she opened her mouth and she started talking and trying to do the thing with the lollipop, you like, oh man, this girl don't got no sex appeal type of charisma to her at all. It's just not. It ain't in her. It ain't on her. It ain't on her or in her. You know the saying, it ain't on me. It's in me. It ain't in her. It ain't on her. It ain't around her. It ain't at the bottom of her. It ain't at the top of her. None of that. It's just, she's a beautiful girl, but she don't got the sex appeal she's trying to convey. And again, I know some people probably saw it and was just like, oh, they was in love with it. They was loving it. But personally, man, just seems very unnatural to me, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Miss Chloe Bailey, the talented Miss Chloe Bailey. Y'all let me know y'all opinions in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Machiavelli Mills TV. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm out. Peace.